every 7-8-figure business owner is being told to use AI, but almost every piece of advice out there turns out to be just a tool demo made by someone selling the tool or an influencer just hyping up AI for views without consideration of the business. A couple weeks ago, I was at acquisition.com, or Alex Hormozi's first marketing workshop. 8 out of 10 businesses in that room were doing 1 to 80 million a year. And in one of the roundtable sessions, the AI advisor and director of business strategy walked us through the exact system that his team runs internally before deploying any AI agent. I've spent the last 5 years running deployments like this inside enterprise companies, so I can tell you that this one is real. So in this video, you'll get the whole thing, the 4 steps you need to follow, the 3 questions that they feed into their AI business systems today, and the exercise that they assign before anyone is allowed to automate anything or use AI in their business. I'm making this because a lot of owners waste tons of money and time implementing AI in the wrong parts of their business. And that's what most hyped AI content won't show you. So here's how you decide where AI has a place in your business. Their AI advisor opened with something really simple. He said, your business is basically like a car, and a car runs on 4 systems. You have the fuel, that's your marketing, that's what brings leads in. You have the engine, that's your sales, that's what turns those leads into money. You have the wheels, that's the operations, actually delivering the thing that you sold, right? And you have the navigation, that's you, the leadership deciding where this whole thing is going. How do you know if a car is working? It drives, right? So it gets you where you want to go at the speed that you want. It's the same test for your business. And this is what no one is going to tell you, but before you even think about AI, first you got to ask yourself, which of these 4 systems is holding you back right now? Is it not enough leads coming in? That's a fuel problem. Leads come in, but they don't turn into money or they don't convert? That's your engine. Are you supply constrained, selling more than you can deliver perhaps? That's the wheels. And you need to be honest with yourself here, because that answer is where AI belongs in your business, if at all. Not where that random post on LinkedIn or X or YouTube is telling you that you're falling behind on AI. It's where your constraint is. And that's why their advisor said something that actually reminded me of the same theme that I've seen with 9 to 10-figure enterprises in their similar implementations. And the problem with AI is not the technology, it's the people using it. But knowing which system is broken is actually relatively easy if you're honest with yourself. So what comes next is what can get expensive for a business owner in time or resources. So you may find the right problem, buy a tool to fix it, and still burn a pile of cash or waste months in the process. And that question came up in that workshop at acquisition.com's HQ. The Hormozi's team's answer was basically AI accelerates the wrong results when you do that process. So that's why they ran through 4 steps before they deploy anything: diagnose, document, design, and deploy. It might sound obvious, but it's not. And step 1 is not even a tool. It's really a number more than anything else. So step 1, diagnose. The first question on step 1 is not even about AI at all, right? And that's where everyone's getting it twisted. It's about where you're going. What is the revenue and the margin that you want to hit by when? Write that down with real numbers and a real date that aligns with the goals that you have for your company. And their advisor was very clear about this. Without that baseline, you can't improve, you can't optimize, and you can't automate any part of your business. AI can't drive you to a destination that you never set. That's why most people are spinning circles and wheels trying to figure things out. They don't even know what's going on. It's literally the first step that I do when speaking to the directors of my enterprise clients for any project that I run. Where do you want to go? Why are we doing it? Step 2 is the one that everybody wants to skip. And honestly, it's boring. But if you skip it, the whole car thing falls apart. It doesn't matter how good the engine is. If nobody wrote it down where you're going, then you're not going to end up anywhere at all. Because step 2 is the one that decides whether AI works for you at all. And step 2 is to document. Because once you know the destination, you look at how the thing actually runs today. The words I heard from the Hormozi team: define and document your current state. Let's say you're doing this for your marketing. You'd be looking at your marketing and writing down things like where the leads come from, what happens after they click, from the moment they click to the moment that they close the deal with you. Basically, every single step. And if you're thinking, I don't even know what my steps are, hang on, the homework at the end solves exactly that. Their printed workshop material they gave us put it like this, basically. I'm gonna summarize it a little bit. Write out every step in plain English like you're training a new hire, because that document literally will help to become your AI prompt. And I've watched multi-million-dollar deployments either go totally on track or off the rails by months from having or not having that documentation. Later in that same session that we were in, somebody asked about automating their editing workflow. And the answer was basically, if it's not written down, you can't turn it into an automation. Once it is written down, this is where AI can finally enter the room. And no, you don't just throw a prompt at it, right? I know everybody wants to do that, but that's not what we're doing here. Instead, they feed it 3 questions. So we go into step 3, design. And this is where that image of the car begins to pay off. Remember, your business is the car. And their advisor says, now treat AI like your car mechanic. You take that document that you just wrote in step 2, you hand it to the AI model of your choice that you use, and you ask it these 3 questions. And knowing Alex Hormozi, you know how it goes, very simple frameworks. These 3 questions spell car. And they really committed to the car thing, I know. So C is compress. Which steps in the process can be compressed? Basically, what here can AI just take over, automate it, turn into a workflow? Simple enough. A is amplify. What can AI multiply the results that you're already getting? And you measure that against the destination that you wrote down in step 1. R is reimagine. What should you rebuild then from scratch, given what the tools can do today? Ideally, there's a level of proof that you can emulate that will help you in getting the result that you want, because there's a proof, there's a track record there, not just hype. And their advisor quizzed the room on this a couple minutes later. So what's CAR again? So yeah, write this one down. Now I've done this exact handoff on those enterprise migrations, projects that run 1, 2, or even 3 years, budgets in the millions of dollars. And I'll tell you the steps everyone rushes, and it's really, really the last one. Because before this thing ever touches one of your customers, it's got to pass a test, right? It's why you probably don't have certain AI workflows in your business right now, because you don't trust the quality of output. So we must test. Step 4 is going to be deploy. And most owners hear deploy and think, turn it on, let it run. The Hormozi team, we found out, does the opposite. First, and before you deploy anything, again, you got to test it yourself. And then you hand it to an actual person on your team. And you watch for one thing. Is the result predictable, consistent? Will it get you those results time and time again? Meaning, somebody who is not you gets the same result every single time. Because if it only works when you're driving it, you didn't automate anything. You just gave yourself a new job and a new tool to manage. That's not what we want here. And only when it passes that test do you install it in the company. And that's what we've done in the deployments that I work with on my clients. For us, it's plan, architect, test, deploy, and sustainment. Those are the various phases that we utilize in these enterprise deployments. But in the test phase, we make sure that each individual business process works. We call it unit testing. And then the string of business processes work, or end-to-end testing is how we call it, before entering a deployment stage into the organization. So what they were saying is really not workshop theory, by the way. Their advisor, they said it pretty straight in my view. This is what we use internally whenever we deploy a new AI agent. Those were his words. And that's really the system that they were portraying to us. 4 steps: diagnose, document, design, and deploy. But you're probably still wondering, which process do I even start with? And they answered that too, obviously, in Hormozi fashion, and gave everyone in the room some homework. And I'll be honest, it was kind of my favorite thing from the workshop. So here's the homework, and I'll warn you, Alex is director of business strategy, warned the room, it's gonna sound super boring. You're gonna be like, nope, I'm not gonna do it. But for the next 7 days, and you probably heard this from Hormozi himself, for the next 7 days, you track everything that you do in 30-minute blocks. It's called a time study. And for every 30-minute blocks, you write down 3 things. What kicked it off? What was the trigger that led you to doing the things that you did, and what results it produced? Trigger, action, result. That's it. That's the whole exercise, 30 minutes after 30 minutes. And at the end of the week, you load all of that into an AI like Claude. And now those 3 questions from step 3 have something real to work with. Now you know where your time is going, where your team members' time is going. And now we can identify real constraints and bottlenecks in the business so that we can deploy the framework towards. Make sense? So it's not guessing what to compress anymore. It's looking at your actual week. Then you have your managers and your team members, your marketing guy, your sales team, etc., do the same exact thing, and the people that they manage within your organization. And 30 days later, you'll have what their advisor called a top-down, bottom-up business Bible. His actual line was, if anyone got abducted by an alien, you could replace him, because now you know exactly what everyone does in a 30-minute by 30-minute increment basis. And yes, obviously, it's boring. He said it twice, and I'm telling you 2 more times. But his point was, if you skip this, you're never gonna get clarity on what's actually worth automating, or even identify what specific actions you're really doing in your business along with your team members. And that most repetitive thing that shows up in your week, that's probably gonna be your starting point. It aligns with the constraint that your business is facing right now. Their printed material that they gave us says it word for word. Start with the most repetitive thing that your team does. That's gonna be the low-hanging fruit that you can take advantage of. Let's run the whole thing once and fast. Let's say you run a $3 million service business. Step one, diagnose. You want a $6 million company at a 35% net margin within the next 18 months. Written down. You look at the 4 systems that we spoke about previously, the various frameworks, and it's your engine. Leads come in, but a proposal takes 4 days to go out. Step 2, you document how a proposal actually gets made. I'm talking about, again, every step, like you're training a new hire with 0 experience that also happens to be 9 years old. Again, every little step, no assumptions or skipping. In step 3, hand that document to the AI. Run the 3 questions previously. That's your compress, your amplify, reimagine that we spoke about. That's your car. In step 4, finally, you or a team member build it, test it, and give it to one person on your team and validate that it works consistently. Proposals go out on the same day, every time, without you needing to touch them. Even if it's in the beginning when you're in the testing phase, just to yourself, like a dummy email or a test customer that you have in your CRM. And once you know that it works well and consistently, then it rolls out and you repeat the process. That's the system. No tool of the week, no guessing, no pitching the specific AI tool or this or that, no hype or anything like that. Simple, straightforward, to the point. And look, maybe you run the diagnosis and AI is not what will even solve the constraint that you've identified right now for your business. That happens, and that's totally fine. Their advisor and Alex say that too, all the time. If it's not the thing that unlocks the next stage of your business or the current problem that you have right now, it doesn't make sense. Don't implement AI just because of FOMO. That's stupid. Identify and solve the constraint. That answer saves you money too, and nobody selling you fluff will give it to you. And that's your job. That's real.